Welcome back to the channel. It's that guy, SoFly. Energy Eli. Please do make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe. So I received a comment on one of my recent videos in regards to losing weight or becoming more lean. So shout out to my subscriber, in regards to that. So the subscriber, this individual had questions on, how do I, basically lose weight in certain aspects, or how do I stay lean? So I'm just gonna give a quick basic rundown of three, points that I feel that can help you to, lean out, get a lot more lean and go for that look you wanna get to. Listen, it's January now, but summer will be around the corner again before you know it. In some places, summer is pretty much year round as far as the weather. So if you do wanna get lean, now is the time to try to get lean. So I'm gonna give you guys 3 points on how to get lean. Without further ado, hey, let's get right into it. Number 1, intermittent fasting. Now, listen, when I discovered intermittent fasting probably about 5 years ago, 4.5, 5 years ago, listen, it changed my life. Now, I'm not saying that I was overly big, but it changed my life in the way I viewed food. So I looked at food now really so much more as fuel rather than just eating just when I feel like it, because intermittent fasting has given me the discipline that I need. My relationship with food is more so now, like I said, it's more of a fuel and it's more of a reward, for me and my efforts, being able to control my mind and my stomach. So intermittent fasting, along with those things as well, will also regulate and keep your weight very much regulated. You'll see if you are trying to drop, some pounds, that it will go down, over time. So I would say you can do a window. The window that I pretty much predominantly do is from I don't eat anything until 12 noon, and then I stop eating at 8 p.m. And that's how I pretty much just live my life. Now, listen, things happen. I go on vacation. I do go on holidays and these things of this nature. But for the most part, I try to stick from 12 to 8. And if I don't go from 12 to 8, I'll do 2 to 10, or, if I eat anything earlier, then I have to cut off earlier. But it gets you in a routine, of realizing that I have to stay controlled. I cannot let cravings take over. I cannot allow myself to just indulge in food, just craziness, because the Western world in most cases will say that you do need 3 meals a day. Now, for your person that's a bodybuilder, or your person that's very, a very active lifestyle, okay, they may need 3 meals, but for the average person, you guys don't need 3 meals. You live a sedentary life. You work a desk job, or you're sitting at home behind a laptop, or you're sitting down watching television, or you're sitting down watching Netflix. You don't really need to be eating 3 meals. Me, myself, I try to only eat about 2 meals a day and limit my snacking in between. If I do have snacks in between, it's predominantly fruit. I try to just limit it at being fruit, because I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna indulge in something, I want to at least have the benefits of when I'm finished. I don't want it to show. I don't want to feel bloated. I don't want to look a certain way. So I'll usually have snacks as far as like smoothies and things of that nature. So intermittent fasting is going to get you where you need to go, and it will give you the discipline that you need over time, and you will start to see the results. Now let's get into number 2. Number 2, a very obvious one, but exercise. Listen, I know some of us don't really particularly like to exercise. I know exercise is not something that we predominantly want to do, but you have to have some form of exercise, whether it's walking, hiking, riding a bike, calisthenics, going to the gym, actually lifting weights, staying toned. You have to do some form of exercise. As I just mentioned about the fasting, that's one aspect. But now you don't want to just lose it all and not be toned. You want to still have some muscle mass. You want to still have some form of muscle tone, and it's good for you as you continue to develop in age as well. So exercise, and learn to love to exercise. Start baby steps. You don't have to start at a bodybuilder's level, or someone who's been doing it for 20, 30 odd years. Start at the level that you're comfortable at, but stay consistent with your eating habits and build your way up. That is very much the key, what you are consuming. So the exercise combined with the fasting, and eating properly, it all goes hand in hand, and that's what you want to do. So any form of exercise, it could be an aerobics class, it can be a dance class, it can be swimming, whatever it may be. You have to implement some form of exercise a few times a week. That has to go without saying, because if you're not moving, what are you actually doing? So you have to implement some form of exercise. You can't run away from it. You cannot run away from exercise, because if you think about it, we exercise almost every day in some form anyway, by walking to the mailbox, by walking here, but you still need to get those steps. You still need to, keep the body functioning and keep the body moving. So please, please, please implement some form of exercise into your routine. And now let's get to the final and third point. And now for the final and third point, where I think a lot of us, will struggle and tend to struggle, is cutting down our portion sizes. Now, you have to cut down your portion sizes because you aren't going to be able to lose anything. Yes, it's going to be a struggle and a fight because the body's so used to having such a large, amount every time you consume food, or in some form it's time for mealtime. And especially, like I said, if you're not very active, you don't want to eat, a portion size of someone who burns 3,000 calories a day. You're eating 3,000 calories, but you're not burning 3,000. You may burn 800, and that's not what you want to do. You don't want to be eating those things. So portion sizes are very, very key if you want to cut weight and stay toned. You cannot go and eat, a number one with a number two apple pies and fries and washing it down with a Coke. That's just not gonna, mathematically that doesn't add up. So you don't want to do that. You need to cut down your portion sizes. That's probably one of the first things that goes hand in hand with number one, with intermittent fasting and cutting down your portion sizes. You have to cut down your portion sizes. Once again, it's going to teach you discipline and it's going to regulate your body over time. Yes, like anything else, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a fight in the beginning. But if you listen and you implement the things that you should do, cutting down your portion sizes won't be hard. Mix it up, make small meals, maybe eat in between that 8-hour window of eating, maybe eat every 2 hours, but small meals, small portion sizes, and nutrient dense meals as well. Your good protein, your good carb, your good, vegetable, and keep it quite simple like that, and just eat that way. Like I said, you can't get a number one from McDonald's and expect things like this to work. You have to cut those things out. You have to limit sweets. You have to limit certain things. Listen, it's gonna be a fight. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, a cakewalk, no pun intended. So it's going to be a challenge, but you are up to the challenge. I know you can do it. Anybody can do it because everything starts here. Everything starts with the mind. And when you can conquer and overcome the mind, listen, you can achieve anything. You can achieve anything. So listen, I hope these 3 points helped. Please implement them. Please do. And you will see the results. By spring and the summer, I'm telling you, you'll get the body that you want. Once again, my name is Energy Eli. Please do make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe. Hey, I'm out. Believe.